Everyone. So I ended up finding this really interesting recipe, and I was totally gonna write about something different today, but I was like, wait a second. As I am testing this out, I think I'm just gonna turn this into a live post, and we'll see what happens. So a little backstory about how I found this is I love anything that has to do with dough. I am a baked goods junkie. Well, or at least formerly. My hair looks awful today. There we go. Okay. So I have a tough time giving that up as a food, and I've been finding some other ways to to try to substitute different foods, but like prepared, pre-packaged. Been super busy lately, so it's been really hard to like sit down and actually figure out recipes for things. That's why you haven't really been seeing a whole lot, but I don't know, just something sparked my attention with this. It's like, okay, so how can I make the lowest calorie dough possible? Now, I tend to brag about my pie crust recipe, for example, and it's my grandmother's recipe, and I still remember I was really young, and she ended up like teaching me how to make a pie crust. I was probably not even. Hang on a second. There's a cat that's like looking at the stove. Okay, Lily. Anyways, so like I was probably 9, 10 years old, and she taught me how to make pie crust, and since then it's always been kind of one of my brag-worthy foods, to make the best pies ever, using this recipe that I have, coveted. But I think she'd be proud of me to figure this one out. So anyways, I started to look around for a recipe that featured a dough recipe, just a versatile plain dough recipe that had no fat in it. Because, of course, in order to get a pie crust to turn out right or anything like that, especially for like a dessert dough, you have to have either like shortening, which is like so bad for you, that is such a bad fake food, or like butter or oil or something like that. And oil is unpredictable. Butter gives you a certain flavor profile. Maybe you don't want that. But I guess I just wanted to see if you could eliminate that and what you could put in instead. And I was thinking I'd come up with something like yogurt. Sorry, the same cat is making noise. Of course she is, right? Go live for the first time in like a month or two, and she's going to make all sorts of racket. Anyhow, so I found this recipe, and I'll post it below. I'm doing it with ratios, actually, like ingredient ratios, just to further make it more versatile. So it's a 2-to-1 ratio of almond flour to regular flour, like all-purpose flour. I think for certain savory recipes, I'm talking like Wellingtons, chicken pot pies, that type of thing, you could probably like make or use like a regular wheat flour, just something a little heartier, a little bit better for you, rather than just plain old white flour. Yes, it's starting to brown. So it's a 2-to-1 ratio of almond flour to regular wheat flour or all-purpose flour. A little pinch of salt, which I actually forgot. Oops. I guess I'll see if I need it, or see how much I might need. If I decide it's not flavorful enough. And then what did they say? I don't know. I just know what I put in it. I put in a little sprinkle of stevia powder, and and they said that the wet ingredient to help hold it all together is about. So this was for a total of 1.5 plus 3/4. Those are the ratios they used, with 7 to 8 tablespoons of almond milk. They recommended unsweetened, unflavored. I have unsweetened vanilla, so mine was going to be like a pastry dough. So I made mine into a sweet dough. So this is what I got so far. Okay, I made like a little tiny patty, because what I did was like, I ended up making something that was like 2 tablespoons to 1 tablespoon of almond flour to regular flour, plus it's probably about 3/4 of a teaspoon of stevia powder, maybe less, maybe it's more like half. Let's go with half. And I forgot the salt. So then with the almond milk, which was unsweetened vanilla, I put in about 1/2 tablespoon of that. Mixed it together, and I do actually have a little bit of that in there. So that's the raw version, which, yes, I am going to eat. I'm not afraid of raw flour. I say that now, and then watch me get, like, super sick, right? Actually, you can microwave your flour, and that makes it a little bit better, too. And this is browning nicely. All I did was just throw it on the pan. I didn't even, like, put anything in the pan. I just want to see what a baked version is going to taste like. So, Lily, dude, stop it. Oh, my gosh. She's such a jerk today. She's trying to break into the food bowls. Okay, so while this thing is cooling off, I'm going to try the raw dough first. Just because, I don't know, I've always used that as a sample. Okay, so like, it's a little bit on the stiff side, that's why I'm like poking it. Okay, let's see here. Taste test. Okay, not bad. Definitely sweet enough. I would definitely use something like this with like fruit. It is a little grainy, which you would expect using almond flour if you haven't used it before. It makes things turn out a little grainy tasting, but it doesn't bother me. What does bother me is when it doesn't like to hold things together. So you have to mix it with another flour unless you want like a crumble. It's pretty stiff, but I do like the way it holds things together. Okay. I wonder how it rolls. I wonder how it sticks to like a rolling pin. Okay. Now, I have the pan-fried version. Remember, I fried this in nothing, okay? So, like, it didn't stick to the pan. I have really, really well-seasoned cast iron, so I wasn't worried about that anyways. Interesting. Has almost no flavor at all. Check out the inside of that. I know, my bite marks, right? But, like, it's sort of cooked all the way through. It looks strangely a little bit gelatinous in there. But, like, it's holding together. Like, here, I'll put a little pressure on it. That's not breaking. So, if we're able to, like, roll that out flat, this can make one heck of a pot pie, for sure. I would use this as pie crust, for sure. Borderline crispy. So, like, this seems like it's gonna work. So to me, this opens up the possibilities of having healthier, like I said, pot pies or, blanked out, pot pies or Wellingtons. That could be fun. I mean, with a Wellington, you're expecting something flaky, but it doesn't have to be. Maybe a chicken cordon bleu or something like that. You could probably figure something out with that. Biscuits. Yeah, because I put no rising agent in this. So, like, yeah, this might be able to make some sort of a biscuit. Pancakes. This could probably make a pancake. Never put a little rising agent. Definitely some salt. It shows that I forgot it. But, what about, like, a pie crust? See, this would be good for, like, a fruit pie. I am kind of okay with this. And it's very, very low calorie too. Like, what I just ate, I figured out was going to be like 130 calories for like all that dough that I've been eating. Okay? That's not bad. It's like snack size. So, I will post what I did for the recipe down below, just in case any of you want to experiment. But as I figure out recipes in the future, I'm going to remember this because, like, a fat-free dough? Come on, you know? I can't really say fat-free because there's a little bit of fat in the almond flour just because of the nature of how it's made. But, like, that's not bad. Alright, so I thought I'd share that with you. Yeah, if any of you decide you're going to give it a try and make your favorite recipe with this dough instead, feel free to post and let me know how it went for you, because I'm going to keep experimenting with this, because I like this concept. Alright? And to the rest of you, have a great day. Thank you.